We're back with more Country Fried Baseball Fantasy Q&A. Question: what will be the biggest trade before the July 31st deadline? Unfortunately, I think it maybe already happened with the Hanley Ramirez trade. You know, I, Cole Hamels seemed to have signed a deal. I don't know if Cleveland or Cleveland, if Philly pulled the trigger on Cliff Lee. I suppose it still could happen. Obviously, if Greinke gets moved, that would be huge. I don't know if that's going to happen. You know, it might take a lot for them to move him. So, but you know, Milwaukee has done a lot of blockbuster trades in the past at the deadline, especially in recent years. You know, so it could happen. I, will he? With it seemed like the Rangers were very interested in Cole Hamels, so maybe they will. Maybe that'll open the door to them to Zach Greinke now more. So that could happen, I guess. Will the D-backs become sellers? I don't think so. I mean, I think they maybe will move somebody else, but it sounds like Justin Upton is staying put. So that was going to be the major key. Ryan Roberts was traded to Tampa late last night. He could do some good in that lineup maybe, but he's really had kind of a bad year. But I don't know. I really don't see the D-backs moving anybody else. If they were to get overwhelmed for somebody like Stephen Drew, maybe get a prospect or two. I can see that as a possibility. Um, yeah, I just don't see it. If somebody comes knocking about J.J. Putz, an old veteran like that, if they could get a young arm or a young bat in return, I can see that. I can see that maybe happening, but probably not. Next question is Anibal the biggest pitcher to be traded? Well, I threw out the names earlier, Cliff Lee and Zach Greinke. If they don't get moved, Anibal might be the biggest name. I can't think of anybody else. Dempster maybe to the Dodgers if that ever takes place. You know, Wandy Rodriguez is probably about the same caliber of player as Anibal Sanchez, and he got traded to Pittsburgh yesterday. We maybe see a bigger name out there, maybe not. Um, Next question: is the A's pitching staff going to continue to be this good? I unfortunately think not. They've been a great story. They're right in the thick of things, but there is nothing but youth on that pitching staff. And youth, come September, just kind of loses its muster. It's much like much like an aging hockey team in the playoffs. They at season's end they really lose strength. I pitching young pitching especially, you just don't see it getting stronger after the All-Star break. There's certainly arms out there to protect in there. I don't know if anybody for sure is on an innings limit, or if Billy Beane's that type of manager, but I just I just don't see it, and they're going to need that pitching if they want to stay in the race. So I think like I said, they've been a great story. They're a fun team to watch. Uh, them getting Josh Reddick in that crazy deal makes Billy Beane look like a great trade makes Billy Beane look great in that trade, but I just don't see them keeping up. Same thing with Baltimore and Toronto. They've had good first halves, but unfortunately, the Angels, the Yankees, the Rangers, the Red Sox. I think you're going to see those teams in the playoffs again. the Red Sox are, maybe a long shot right now, but I think they will probably add a bat. They might not make a huge deal, but they'll probably add a bat to help them along the way.